remembering that Izzy, the New South Wales athlete, coached by her mum, S&C specialist as well, she's only 15, turning 16. So that's incredible high jumping for someone of that age. So, yeah, I think if we can get the two of them over 180 and then press from there, I'll go have a look at what the progression is going to be, Mitch. That'll give us a good idea too, because as you know, the progressions vary based on how many athletes in the competition. But at the moment, we've been going up in 3 centimetre lots. It'll change to 2 centimetres shortly.
Have either of the jumpers started their campaign, Nick, or are they going to wait a little bit longer before they get into it? Do you know that at all, or throw the indicator down to him? He's a busy man, Nick Wall. As I mentioned out on the track at the moment, though, it's our women's under 17 5,000 metre race walk. And before I get into that, Nick, what do you got?
So, Mitch, Izzy's going to come in the competition at 170 and Toby's going to come in at the same height of 170. So they've both going to pass until that and enter there. You've also got Zoe Peacock, who's going to come in at 170 as well, the Queenslander.
167.
So 167 the bar's going to now. And then we're going to see some real serious action as the bar goes up to 170. And 3 of our highest ranked competitors will join at 170. But the bar at the moment going up to 1 metre 67. Our under 18s at the moment on their first attempt. We'll call you through these. That's Batten, the West Australian. She was fantastic in the last 2 days in the heptathlon. Here she is returned to the high jump, one of the events she won in that highly competitive heptathlon over the last 2 days here at the Chemist Warehouse Australian Junior Athletics Championships. For those up in the crowd watching, closest to you is the under 17 women's high jump. And on the far side, the ladies are jumping for a ticket to Trinidad and Tobago for those Youth Commonwealth Games, where 176 is that qualifying mark. We already have 2 ladies this season beyond 180 in an event that is just absolutely booming in Australia. Obviously, that 2 metre mark no longer is a limit here to our Australian female high jumpers, and it's inspiring these young women all around Australia to jump higher and higher as Apel from New South Wales goes over first attempt at 167.
So, wait for our 3 women to enter there, 170, 167 on the bar of the high jump. Thanks to Nick's Wall, we'll be crossing down to him quite frequently in the field here. And in our women's under 17 5,000 metre race walk, there's plenty happening. The race leader with just over 800 metres left in this 5,000 metre event. So you can see the drink station set back up on that back straight. Plenty of sunshine beaming down here in Brisbane this morning for day number 4, the 100th edition of the Australian Junior Athletic Championships, all brought to you by Chemist Warehouse. It's the final stop of the summer series here in 2023. So our women's under 17 walk out on the track here. Under 17 and under 18 high jump going on. Heptathlon long jumps going on down there as well. Triple jumps, everything happening. But at the moment on the track, it's our women's under 17 5,000 metre race walk. And leading out this event will be Jessie Bectus of New South Wales. Seeing a picture here from New South Wales coming through as well. She'll have 2 laps remaining. And Nick will throw down to you in the field for an update.
Thanks, Mitch. So slightly different progressions here in the 17 and the 18 ladies high jump. On that pit closest to us, the bars now move to 166 and we have 4 competitors left, or 4 competitors over the 163 previous height. You've got Danielle Jones of Queensland, who got over 163 and 160 to first attempt. Sienna Cox of Queensland, who won first attempt clearance at 63, but took 2 attempts at 60. Amaya Wayne of New South Wales has a clean sheet, as does Dorothy Dew of Viktorija. So 2 athletes at the moment with a fully clean sheet. The 2 Queenslanders have got a miss each on the count back. But all can change as they attempt their first height here at 166, a first height clearance, and it puts you back in the pole position to be on that podium later today in the under-17 women's high jump, with our 4 competitors about to attempt 166 being Danielle Jones and Sienna Cox of Queensland, Amaya Wayne of New South Wales, and Dorothy Dew of Viktorija.
So thank you, Nick. Plenty happening down there in the infield, but coming down this home straight will be your national champion for the women's under-17 5,000 metre race walk of New South Wales. So New South Wales competitor there comes down for the silver. Slap to go there for our Victorian. Ariana Pashatina. So we await the rest of this field. Another bell down there.
Welshwoman Vanessa Apel is going to start at 170 here. He's going to continue at 170 here after currently having a clean sheet through the competition. So 4 jumpers remain in the 17s. They are getting very close to the 3rd round, though, of their competition there. Whilst the women in the under-18 is just heating up as the bar goes to 170. First attempt for our 5 competitors left. That's Toby on the runway now, you'll see. So it just takes a pause. So nice first clearance there, Toby Stolberg, Queensland, over at 170. Wayne of New South Wales will have 1 attempt left at 166 in the under-17s.
So Nick with plenty down there at the high jump.
Mitch,
a brief update on this women's under-17 walk while we've got the time. So it is Kiara Casillas of New South Wales. She ended up with the bronze, 26.55. Ariana Pashatina, Victoria, 27.14. Rebecca Teen of Queensland, 27.50. Layla Williams, New South Wales, they're in 6th with the 28.21. And Brooke Newbury of New South Wales, also 28.51 in 7th. Here in our women's under-17 5,000 metre race walk to go over those again. The winner, obviously awaiting the judges, but Zoe Woods of New South Wales with a 24.07. Sienna Pitcher of New South Wales, 24.47. And Kiara Casillas of New South Wales as well in a 26.55. That was your gold, silver and bronze in the under-17 5,000 metre race walk. Still out on the track. Plenty of walking action to follow from here. And as Nick Wall mentioned earlier this morning, very warm conditions out here in day number 4. Not a breath of wind, just all beautiful sunshine of Queensland. Up and over now in the women's high jump. That's great jumping down there, Nick.
It is, Mitch. So you've just seen Izobelle, Louison-Roe clear that 170 first height on the far side. And closest to me, our medalists are now decided. Now it's just about the order. So in the under-17 age group, we're left with the two Queenslanders, and Dorothy Dew is the only athlete at the moment with a clean sheet through. So she's got the gold in her grasp if she can continue that clean sheet. And she'll be joined by, at 169, she'll be joined by Jones and Cox of Queensland. So the three medalists decided in the under-17 high jump now. It's just a case of which order. While second attempt here, Vanessa Apel in the under-18 high jump at 170. Nice aggressive run through, takes it well. So Vanessa clears that 170 height. And will continue to raise the bar now in terms of some personal best heights. So it's just a lean in there from the New South Wales competitor there on attempt number 1. That's Viktorija Calusic. So that's her first miss of the competition at 173, Mitch.
So our women's under-17 walk has now rounded out. And apologies here in front of me, I've been given a list in time order, not hip number. So for those who are wondering why I might have called the wrong name, I promise it's not a reading issue. It's just how it's been given to me in front of me. So I'll do my best. The ones to watch from South Australia will be Daisy Braithwaite, Ava Pinches of New South Wales, and Katie Bogas. Well, some of these women of Queensland as well, followed with Millie Sharp, Grace Beck, some medalists from that under-16 3,000-metre event. Step up to the 5,000. It'll be a big, big walk. And Katie Bogas, if she can get into the middle position, let me read it out to you as they go. But you'll see them sprawled out on this start line here. 1 through 19. And I will read them out. So they might come up on your screen. Bear with me.
Third attempts here in the under-18. So 4 jumpers left. Vanessa Apel is going to come out next at her third attempt in the under-18 women. And I did a disservice to Zoe Peacock before. She jumped 182 at the Open Under-20 Championships just last week up here, Mitch. So we've got 3 of the ladies here who've been over 180, not just 2. So it's an incredible field here. And Vanessa here will be a third attempt. Nice clearance. So Apel gets over, so it leaves 4 women in this high jump competition in the under-18s. We're still deciding the medal in the under-17s closest to you with...
I don't need the hip numbers to tell you that that's Daisy Braithwaite of South Australia out in front. I mentioned that she has the fastest time in this field. 25.26 to her name, the South Australian. So I'm going to assume that that's Braithwaite. Very talented, that South Australian walking stable, getting stronger and stronger. A lot coached by none other than Jared Talent. So could be a product of that. Daisy Braithwaite, the Victorian behind. I'll go ahead and say it's Madison Nash. Maybe Pinches there. And possibly Amber Norton of Queensland. But again, I'll wait for the hip numbers officially to tell me where we're at. And out in front from South Australia, Daisy Braithwaite. Just putting a bit of distance into this field. So the fastest seed time belongs to Daisy Braithwaite. Gap back to a group of 2. 5 metres spotted to the next competitor. And then a string of them behind there. So it's Braithwaite, the South Australian, leading it out here. Viktorija, New South Wales behind. It in fact could even be another of our New South Wales competitors just sitting a little further off that chase pack, we'll call them. But what they're after at the moment is our competitor from South Australia in this women under 18 5,000 metre race walk. From New South Wales and Victoria will go down into the field while they sort themselves out. Nick Wall.
So we've just completed this under-17 competition here, Mitch, and it's Danielle Jones who ended up taking the victory, the first time a clearance at that 169. So she's going to take the victory from Dorothy Dew, who had some terrific jumps in there, and Sienna Cox of Queensland in the bronze medal position. Interestingly, down here though, at the moment, the under-18 ladies, with some of the longer run-ups, are having to manage their preparation through the walks at the same time. So there's a little bit of a pause motion to make sure, because the walk is unlike a distance event. They're quite spread out around the track, so you've really got to pick your moment to tackle your jump. And the breeze is not really too relevant, but, you know, you might just wait for that windsock to totally die before you come down and attempt. So the ladies got a few things here they're managing in this under-18 high jump as the bar goes to that 176 Commonwealth Youth Games height. And at the moment, it's a first-time miss for Peacock, Stolberg and Apel. So 3 first-time misses so far. So Louison-Roe at the moment.
All the way down there.
So Louison-Roe is on the runway, ready to take her first attempt at 76. But at the moment, the other 3 competitors first-time misses. So this is a big chance for Louison-Roe to take the virtual lead in the competition, Mitch.
So we'll keep a mindful eye down there at the high jump. We'll throw back to Nick sporadically. In fact, sorry to cut you off there, Nick. We'll see exactly what you're talking about. Has to wait now for a group of our walkers to come through. So briefly, I'll update you here. It's still Daisy Braithwaite in total control from South Australia. And Viktorija, New South Wales behind there. And we'll get a bit of a look on who this is. And I think sitting there, Madison, Nash of Victoria, New South Wales on her inside. Nick, I'll throw back to you. We've had a clearance.
Yeah, so Louison-Roe over at the first attempt. So takes the lead in the competition with that 176 first height a clearance. So now the other ladies, you've got Zoe Peacock at the moment here. As I said, 182 only 10 days ago. And she's up and over. So 176, second time a clearance for Zoe Peacock. Up and over. Now puts the pressure on Stolberg and also Apel. So we've got 2 New South Welsh women, 2 Queenslanders. Toby here with her second attempt now. Toby Stolberg, she's been over 180 plus this season. So looking here for that 176 second attempt. She's over 2, Mitch. The ladies are in hot form down here. Vanessa Apel now. She's the next one to come through. You'll see her standing there with the official, just the officials, the high jump ref here helping out of when's an appropriate time to find a gap in these walkers. Not one of the problems that I thought we'd be encountering today. I've certainly seen it at tracks before, maybe with some very unusually long high jump run-ups and the 400 metre hurdles. You don't often see those events trying to clash too often. But the walks, because of the spread, as we talked about, the high jumpers, it's just an extra thing for them to focus on, Mitch. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good for them to not have to be thinking about the bar too much when they're worried about when I'm going to go, and then they just take the bar with ease, which so far the ladies have been doing. So Vanessa Apel, she's fast on her approach. Sights it early, not that one, so she gets one more attempt. So at the moment, she's 4th in the competition on count back.
It is still going to be Braithwaite leading it out from pinches. Not done with yet is Madison Nash, the Victorian. Just maybe happy to spot a little bit of meterage. And Nick, I'll throw down to you. We've had a miss at the high jump.
So, Mitch, we are left, potentially, these ladies making a team of their first international team for most of them. So Zoe Peacock now, she's going to be the first to go in the competition. It's currently in third. First time here would really help not to be on that time. So first time miss for Peacock. Not quite as fast through the runway as a couple of the girls we've seen so far. She's the tallest of the three jumpers. So that little pitter-patter now, fast approach, the arms go, she leans in, she's over. So over at the first time, so the new leader in the competition now, Toby Stolberg with a first time of clearance at 178.
Her start in international athletics came from this Youth Olympic, or Commonwealth Games team, I should say, up and hits. So work their way up the track. Nick, another attempt here ahead of us in the high jump though.
Oh, that's the end of Zoe Peacock. She raised the bar up to that 1 metre 80, so she missed 2 attempts at 178. So she actually leaves the competition as a 176 clearance, despite the bar now being at 180. But she'll take the bronze medal. She should be very happy with that one. I mean, look, it's a World Youth qualifier, but unfortunately, she's third. And what an incredible depth we have in this event.
And really take the competition on is always amazing to me. Is in this race walking event, I told you a matter of 200 metres ago that the lead is starting to be chipped away at. Nick, I'm going to jump in here because this is really changing up. The Victorian, well, I've been calling it in drips and drabs between this elite high jumping event that we have going on down there. Nick, you're calling so beautifully, but Madison Nash of Viktorija, she's moved from the bronze. We were a good 15 metres off our New South Wales athlete in pinches. She moved right around the shoulder there. They could sense the Braithwaite.
Let's get the whole crowd behind her here. She's asked for the clap. Toby Stolberg up and over. And with the support you've already seen Izobelle Louison-Roe over, and she was one of the loudest here clapping in her competitor there. I love it down here at the high jump. They just want to see each other keep going higher. And they certainly are going high.
And she's asked the crowd just how far. She's walking her way up this track to a commanding lead at the moment. So the bronze medalist in Daisy Braithwaite will hear the bell here too. And Nick, down there at the high jump, a miss. The bronze medalist here will be Daisy Braithwaite of South Australia. Down to the high jump now, Nick.
And, oh, we got the clap going for Izobelle Louison-Roe. First miss in the competition, but it was a very close attempt. 182 and beyond, not going to be beyond her reach today. Likewise, still for Toby Stolberg, who's up next.
So, as we wait for that high jump, just as competitors roll through here in the walk, that gold, silver and bronze of pinches, Nash and Braithwaite confirmed. And back down to that high jump now.
Oh, the clap was behind her. The crowd really getting involved now here, Mitch. This is what we need on day 4 of these Chemist Warehouse Australian Junior Athletics Championships. I'm going to make sure I don't wander too far into this infield because behind me the hammer is launching as well. Up over that 45-metre mark in the hammer. It's actually it was in part of this Chemist Warehouse tour. It was, in fact. She dumped it that night. She was superb at the Sydney Track Classic. Mitch, I reckon you were on the mic that night down like me here, offering plenty of entertainment. So the clap's behind it. Let's see if you can keep it going in the crowd stand as well. We've got noise down here. Follow the clap in here of Izobelle. Oh, just leans in early.
So we'll get back down to Nick Wall soon, as our women's under 18 5,000 metre race walk continues to finish off here at day number 4 of the Australian Junior Athletic Championships, all brought to you by Chemist Warehouse.
We're 6 centimetres beyond that Youth Commonwealth standard. Here we go. The slow clap begins. It's going to speed up with her aggressive run-up. Toby Stolberg, Queensland, 182 third attempt. Great competition for Toby Stolberg. She's going to exit at 180. But now Comes down to Izobelle Louison-Roe. Can she get over this 182 and take the bar a little bit higher? We promised you some 180 clearances. We've had 2 ladies over it. Can we stretch it a little bit higher here? But a great competition again. Well done, Toby Stolberg, Queensland, silver medalist in the under-18 women's high jump.
Some great jumping down there. Thanks very much, Nick. Some of our final competitors making their way around here in the women's under-18 5,000 metre race walk. And keep a focus on that high jump. We're not going too far away. In fact, Nick, we'll go back to you now.
So this is our 3rd attempt. Let's get behind Izobelle here. She wants the crowd noise. She loves it. She knows she can perform under pressure. She did it at the Sydney Track Classic. What can we go here? Oh, not to be on this occasion, but that is your gold medalist in the under-18 women's high jump. Absolute class we've seen here. Zoe Peacock was superb. She'll be your bronze medalist. Toby Stolberg of Queensland, the silver medalist. And great jump in there. So Izobelle Louison-Roe takes the victory in a Youth Commonwealth qualifying standard again of 1.80 metre. But what a morning here at the high jump, Mitch.
An absolute cracker, Nick. Great work down there. Congratulations to our competitors in that high jump. We'll take a quick break up here in the commentary box. And when we come back, there'll be plenty of track and field action to round out day number 4.